Hey guys, it's Night Flame, and today, guys, I will be reviewing the new Avengers issue number 8, and this is a standoff tie-in. Yeah, this is, I picked this on and off. Like, I picked the first 3 issues, and I read it, and I had my high hopes were high, obviously. But I just, I love the roster of this team. I thought Al Ewing behind this was, genius. Gerardo Sandoval, I was like, this can be a make it or break it for me. So when I read the first couple of issues, I was like, I'm not feeling the art. Gerardo Sandoval is not, he's not my type of style. And I think a big thing to do with it was the coloring. I thought the coloring was just very, I don't know, it made it look like something I wasn't a big fan of. But anyways, I kind of stick through, and the first 3 issues were a little bit messy. I didn't know what they were aiming for. Then I dropped it. I picked up issue like number 6, which was interesting. It was like heavily focused on Wiccan and Billy. But I wasn't still feeling it, so I decided to pick this issue one more time because I love this whole team up, and I just really like the artist for this book, and that's Marcus Toe. So overall, what did I think about this issue? I will give you a review with spoilers, of course. So let's start off. Spoilers will happen, by the way, second time. Anyways, this is Gerardo Sandoval's art, if you guys haven't seen it. So this is kind of like a little sneak peek. I just hate the way he draws Unbeatable Squirrel Girl. I'm not a big fan of it. But anyways, so what happens in this issue? This picks up from Standoff very heavily. Like, there's a lot of Standoff references in this issue. If you haven't, been reading Standoff, then I'd recommend you guys to not pick this up, unless you kind of want to, get into this event and kind of like you want, get some information on it. But if you haven't been reading it, I just recommend you guys to not pick this up because it's just really heavy Standoff. And I thought at first that you really didn't need to pick up anything. I just thought this, you just needed to pick up issue number 1 and then number 2. But from the looks of it looks like you need to pick up a lot of series. I picked up Uncanny Avengers, and that looked like it followed Standoff. And then apparently Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was a very big issue as well. But it kind of references here, so, you kind of get it. But anyways, what happened is that in Standoff, S.H.I.E.L.D. is building this, like kind of virtual reality in a way. It looks surreal, like it looks real in real life, but inside it's not. And it's this prison that looks like a town from the outside, but it's a prison for supervillains where they brainwash the supervillains and they make them believe that they're different people. And they create this peaceful town, and some people kind of caught up into it, or some of the villains, and they kind of blew it up on S.H.I.E.L.D. Like, you have all the baddest villains in one place. If one of them rebels, everybody will rebel. So everybody started rebelling, and Captain America, is involved with this. He doesn't like how S.H.I.E.L.D. is doing this, and then Bucky was involved in this as well. So it's a really big Captain America event, and Rick Jones was a big part of this as well because he kind of exposed this program to the public, and now he's being, looked for, like, S.H.I.E.L.D. is looking for him in this issue. So apparently what happened is that S.H.I.E.L.D. captured him, but he somewhat escaped, and now he's asking help from the Avengers, the new Avengers. And the new Avengers, really have to decide if they want to help him because they have told the government that they will not interfere with national affairs. They're apparently outside on an island, so they can't interfere with national affairs. But in this issue, we see that Sunspot is like, you know what? Wait 1 second. Yes, so in this issue, Sunspot is like, okay, so are we going to help him or not? I have an app for you guys. Green is for yes, red is for no. So he's telling the whole team to pick sides. And most of the team says yes, except 3 people. And those 3 people are Wiccan, Squirrel Girl, and Billy. And then at first, Sunspot is like, okay, I'm okay with this, you can pick what you want. But he ends up kind of like, making them unconscious and then dropping them off in the desert because he has a plan. And he knows that by helping Rick Jones, he's going to look bad himself. So he wants to basically kind of save these 3 people, and whenever they reach the authorities, they can be like, oh, the new Avengers rebelled or something. Like, he wants these 3 people to keep the new Avengers name while everybody looks bad. It makes sense if you read this issue. But basically, he does that. He drops Squirrel Girl, Wiccan, and then Hulkling in the desert, and they have to find their way back. And whenever they do, they are allowed to tell Shields that the new Avengers, have gone rogue. I'm sorry, rogue, and that these are the new Avengers. Anyways, that happens, and what they have to do is, help Rick Jones. So the team does. They go and attack the agents of Shield, and then they, take Rick Jones from them. So they end up doing that. And the big cliffhanger of this issue is that Rick Jones is with the new Avengers, but we finally find out who the big, traitor of the team is. And you will never believe it, but it turns out it's Songbird. And from this issue, we find out that while she was attacking Quake, she ended up telling her a little phrase that kind of means, oh, we're allies, we're working for the same people. So you find out that she's the traitor, and it's cool that they're telling it here. So I was a little bit surprised, and I was actually excited with this title. And at the end, you're finding out that since they attacked the government, now they have to face the government's wrath. I mean, they attack the United States, so they have to face the government's wrath, and the government is prepared to unleash the American kaiju to them. So this is going to be really interesting, and that's where the next issue is going, the American kaiju. So overall, I really enjoyed this issue. I was a big fan of it. All these little plot lines kind of got to me now, and I'm actually really interested in the book. I like how they took 3 of the most different characters and they put them in the desert. I know that's going to be all the focus for one issue, which is going to be great. Because we're going to see them work together. So I think in this issue, Squirrel Girl also wasn't over the top written like, oh, I'm the, comic relief of the team. Like, she actually stood by her values, which was interesting. And I like how the other people kind of chose sides. And all those people who chose sides kind of made sense. They're the hard, like Squirrel Girl, Wiccan, and Hulkling. They're the nice people of the team, while the other members are not afraid to get dirty. And I really like that. Also, I'm just feeling Sunspot as a great main character. I like how he, does that's what's better for the team. Also, the art was just gorgeous, and I cannot get enough of the art. Especially here, just like the showcase of the characters, it was great. The bodies don't feel out of proportion like they do in Gerardo Sandoval's drawing it. And the coloring was great here as well. So I was a big fan of this issue. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm really excited for what's to come for this team in particular. It was really great that they used standoff to their advantage, especially Al Ewing. He used it to advance the plot, which was basically, this is the Avengers, but it's not your Avengers. Like, this is one of the Avengers who isn't afraid to get dirty, kind of like the Ultimates. So yeah, I love this issue. And for me, this issue got a 9 out of 10. I think the only, little thing that kind of, bugs me is that I have to read the other issues to find out what happens with Rick Jones. But other than that, I thought it was a perfect issue. Also, it was some of the transitions were a little bit weird, but other than that, I'm digging it. I'm loving how Al Ewing is writing his books, and I'm just digging every single book he's writing. So 9 out of 10 for me, and thanks for watching, guys. Hope you like this video. Also subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so, and have a nice day, guys. Goodbye.